here. Okay, she just started the recording, so I'm going to start over. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Let's get this party started. We want to first welcome all of you to Porch Talk Live worldwide. We are so happy to have you join us today. We have some dynamic speakers coming to you. And what we want to ask that you do while they're speaking, if you could refrain from putting information in the chat. Why? Because we don't want you to miss a bit of information that they're going to share with us today. And by the way, this event will be recorded and posted on social media. So if you don't want your face on social media, feel free to close your camera. I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, Visibility Strategist and CEO of Unity in Service. And what Unity in Service does is we set a platform for entrepreneurs to speak while we fill the seats. Our upcoming event will be on August the 26th from 3 to 7 p.m. And at this event, we're going to show you how to obtain the Honorary Doctorate of Humanity Award. And what this award does for you is it allows you to add doctor in front of your surname. You can go to patrogers360.com, patrogers360.com, and you can get more details when you click on the event icon. Again, ladies, I am Dr. Patricia Rogers. I am the Visibility Strategist and CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people. And what we're going to do, I guess we're going to do a round robin. And we would like to start off with Charlene Sparks. If you could just tell us who you are, where you're zooming in from, and the name, only the name of your company.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlene Sparks. I am zooming in from Greensboro, North Carolina, and I am the founder for Women with Vision, Inc. out of North Carolina.
Awesome, awesome.
Hi.
Let's go. Pat Gallo, go ahead.
My name is Pat Gallo. I'm so happy to be here. I'm from Florida, and my company name is Grow Health for You.
Awesome, Hillary. Maritza. Jackie Simmons.
Hi, how are you? My name is Maritza Perez. I am the founder and CEO at MP Virtual Assist, and I am here in Orlando, Florida.
Awesome. Nancy Matthews.
I am Nancy Matthews from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the co-founder of Women's Prosperity Network.
Awesome. Hillary Gooden.
All right. Hello, I'm Hillary Gooden, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and my company is Vibrant Health Solutions.
Awesome. Annette.
Hi, everyone. I'm Annette Moore. I'm from Cocoa Beach, Florida. My business is Happier You Community.
Darlene, would you like to introduce yourself? Okay, let's go to Trish Carr. We'll come back to you. Your volume is not up.
Hi, I'm Trish Carr, another co-founder of Women's Prosperity Network. I'm in South Florida.
Awesome. Carol.
I'm Carol from California, Los Angeles area. And my company is Relate to Succeed.
Awesome. Christina. Christina.
Yes. Good afternoon, ladies. My name is Christina Obando. I am from Plantation, and the name of my business is ACN, where we broker home and business essential services. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. Next, we're going to call on Matrella.
Good afternoon, ladies. So happy and excited to share with you self-care today. My name is Montrella Cowan, and I am the CEO of Affinity Health Affairs, tuning in with you from Washington, D.C.
Awesome. Delphine.
Hello, ladies. I am Delphine Fox. I am founder and CEO of Mellow Green Botanics Health and Wellness Self-Care for Women, and I am in Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome. We have Lawana. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lawana Parker, and it's too bad my last name isn't Fox. I could say I'm Foxy. I'm CEO of Lawana, and I'm a journal coach. I also do podcasting and proofreading, and I hail from Sacramento, California.
Awesome. Angela.
Hello, my name is Angela Baston Williams. I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm a CEO of Transit Solutions. I am a financial stimulator. Thank you.
Awesome. Jill.
Hi, I'm Jill Reynolds, checking in from Branson, Missouri with Braveheart Workshops.
Thank you. If you are not talking, can we all please mute your screen? We're getting a little bit of feedback here and there. It's cutting our speakers off. So next we're going to go with Sharon Van. Introduce yourself, where you're zooming from, and the name of your company. Thank you.
Hi, I am Sharon Fant, and I am from Houston, Texas, and the name of my company is The Better Body Source.
Awesome. Carol Wilkinson.
I'm Carol Wilkinson. I'm from Delray Beach, Florida, and I'm founder of Mirror Your Magnificence.
Awesome. Let's hear from Victoria Sparks. If you can introduce who you are, your name, where you're zooming in from, and your company name only. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Sparks. I am the CEO of V. Marie and Company, LLC, and I'm zooming in from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Kim Lurett.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here. My name is Kim LeRae. I'm coming to you from Sarasota, Florida, and I am the founder of Upward Spiral Coaching.
Thank you. Valerie Watkins.
Hi, my name is Valerie Watkins. I am zooming in from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I am the CEO of No Sad Story Ministries and also Cry Out to Get Out.
Awesome. Dr. Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kathleen Oden from Houston, Texas, and I am CEO and founder of Create a New You Health Ministry.
Awesome. We want to thank everybody. I think I covered everyone. Did I leave anyone out? If I did, please raise your hand. Okay, Jackie Simmons.
Thank you. I'm Jackie Simmons. I'm coming in from Sarasota, Florida. I'm the co-founder and director of the Teen Suicide Prevention Society.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Stacy Paley.
Hey, Patricia. I am Stacy Paley. Most of you guys know me. I'm Team Porch Talk. I'm CEO and founder of Got Your Back Solutions, which provides an instant team for small businesses. And I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Awesome. Let's hear from Mary Cofield. If you could give us your name, your name, where you're zooming from, and the name of your company only. Thank you.
Hi, Mary Cofield from Richmond, Virginia with Roco Air, on my way to the computer. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And I think we covered everyone. Oh, Kizzy just showed up. And after this one, we're going to turn it over to our co-host for this event, our other co-host, which is going to be Stacy. So Kizzy, can you give us your name, where you're zooming from, and the name of your company only, please?
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Kizzy McCray Shepherd, and I am from Gainesville, Florida. And the name of my company is Limitless Possibilities Now, LLC.
Okay, Denise Little, your hand is up. I saw you at below earlier, and then you moved on me, so I'm sorry. I missed you.
My name is Denise Little, and I'm the owner of the Free Promotion. I'm here in Greensboro/High Point, North Carolina.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And having said, come on, everybody, give everybody some energy. Thank you all for your introductions. We are so grateful to be here again. Thank you so much for joining us today. at Porch Talk Live worldwide. Over to you, Stacy.
Thank you, Patricia. This is so exciting. Hey, everybody, let's take 1 second and we're going to unmute and just let's get some energy going. And then we're going to mute up for the speakers. So let's just hear a Porch Talk. Yay! We're all here. All right. Thank you. Please mute yourselves. And we are in for a lovely time on the porch. We're going to be starting with a few speakers, and then we are going to have game time. If you've been with us before, you know game time is very special. We're going to have some more speakers and time for networking before we close. So that's the run of the show. We are so happy to be here all together. We're going to be starting with Nancy Matthews, who is going to introduce herself and chat with us for a few minutes. Nancy?
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's so fun to be hanging on the porch with you. Yes, yes, yes. I am, as I mentioned earlier, one of the co-founders of Women's Prosperity Network. My sister, Trish Carr, is in the house. And it was co-founded by myself and my two sisters. So it's myself, Trish Carr, and Susan Winner. And just raise your hand. Are you a member of Women's Prosperity Network? I see lots of our sisters in the house. And my desire and wish is that you all raise your hands and say, I'm a member and you can join for free. So I put the link in the chat. Today, I want to share just briefly about a dream that I have. A vision. And I believe that the vision I have now and have held for a long time aligns with the spirit in which Dorothy Day created Porch Talk for all of us to experience. So I'm the author of a book called The One Philosophy. So pause for a moment, stop your typing, stop your looking around, and just imagine with me for a moment, a world where everyone treats each other as the one. You know that way you treat people when you think they're the one, you pay more attention, you listen more attentively. So imagine with me a world where everyone treats each other as the one. Everywhere you go, people are genuinely interested in meeting you, eager to learn about you and discover what matters to you. Family members feel heard, appreciated, and valued. They feel so confident to pursue their highest and best use of their unique gifts and talents. Friends and colleagues just call you out of the blue with no hidden agenda. They simply call because they thought about you and care about you and wanted you to know that you're important to them. The One Philosophy is the practical guide to co-creating that world. It's an invitation to set aside our differences and our prejudice and return to the core of who we really want to be with each other. The One Philosophy is the place where living your best life intersects with the best life for all. How many of you want that world? Yes, we do. If you're here, if you're sitting on the porch with us, absolutely, I know you want it. And the One Philosophy and the principles that I share in the book are guidelines for us to follow to be able to live that every day in the face of the inevitable challenges, disappointments, frustrations, letdowns, anger, and stressors that we experience. We can all come back to being who we really want to be. The most loving, amazing gifts from God, here to be God's angels walking this planet, being the highest expression of love always. So I invite you all, take up the pledge to be the one who sees every single person you meet as the one. And I promise you will experience miracle upon miracle as the universe and spirit delight in placing you in communion with the ones you're meant to be traveling with. It's my pleasure to be on the porch with you today. And I want to give a shout out to Dorothy May for creating a sacred space for us to be the ones for each other. Thank you so much. I think I'm done.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Wasn't that moving, everybody? Oh my gosh, what a great beginning. And next we have Pat. Stella, would you please introduce our first speaker, Hillary Gooden.
Hillary Gooden. Hillary Gooden, something very nice to read here. Empowers people, especially busy women, lead her with strategies to reduce stress, anxiety, and inflammation. She uses tools, techniques to activate and maintain a healthy lymphatic system. As a result, her clients experience increased energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, boosted immunity, and vitality. We all need that. Hillary believes you've got the power to help the body, to help you live a more vibrant life. Hillary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Dorothy, thank you for allowing me to be on today. And I'm honored to be here with all of the amazing women that will be going forth as well. So my topic today is self-care is self-love. And I'm going to be talking about mindfulness, speak life to yourself, and move your body. And so you would ask, mindfulness, what is mindfulness? And so it says mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where you are and what you're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what is going on around you. My simple definition of mindfulness is being in the present moment, like I'm present with you right now, not thinking about what's the word I want to say, but not being in the future and not being in the past when you're here today and in the present, because you can miss things that happen in your life. You can miss great things that could be happening in your life around you while you're worrying about the past that you can't change, or you're worrying about the future that you can't do anything about really today. And so I would say, wanted to give the benefits of mindfulness, spending that time in the present, spending quiet time. We have to steal away. Sometimes you have to actually steal away to get some time to yourself, just to be quiet, just to be in the moment with you, feeling your heartbeat, hearing your breath. And it's amazing how it begins to calm down, relax your mind, relax your spirit, and relax your body. Some of the benefits is it helps to reduce stress. It helps to enhance your performance in whatever it is that you're doing. And we know stress now is at 60% at the base of most illnesses in America. It's stress related. And so we all need to find ways that we can reduce stress. So again, it helps to enhance your performance. Oh, what happened there? Helps to enhance your performance. And it just took away my notes I had. There we go. It helps to enhance your performance, gain insight and awareness by observing your own mind. You'll find sometimes when you're trying to be mindful that your mind will get really busy. And it'll start thinking about, oh man, I got to go to the grocery store. I got to do the laundry. I forgot to do this or do that. I said, have a journal near you, a piece of paper, something that when those thoughts cross your mind, jot it down and come back to the present, to that moment in time that you're in. And over time, if you practice that, you'll find that you won't have as many interruptions, because now your mind understands, oh, this is that time where she just want to be quiet. So that's how we can help our mind help us to have that more vibrant life by being able to be mindful. And then the other great thing about it is it helps to increase your attention to others' well-being. Makes you have more compassion about other people, because as you develop and you grow in that area, you'll begin to see other people that are stressing out like you used to. So that's mindfulness. I want to move on to speak to yourself. When we speak to ourselves, we need to be speaking positivity, hope, and love to ourselves, because oftentimes with so many things going on, we will speak things that we wouldn't speak if we understood what is happening on the inside at a cellular level. When you speak and you are speaking negativity to yourself, it affects your cells negatively, which can in turn begin to frustrate your health, frustrate your peace. So be kind to yourself and be mindful. Here we go. Be mindful of the words you speak, because they have life and death. In Proverbs, I wanted to leave you, I'm sorry, with mindfulness with this scripture, 37.7. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. That. But the scripture for this I have, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And that's in the King James Version. Now in the Message Bible, it says, words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. And that is so true. Again, we have to train ourselves to speak life to ourselves. I know in my book, I wrote how we can speak life to other people and speak death to ourselves all in the same sentence. Oh, Sally does this really great. I'm terrible at that. Oh, I love the way Marjorie does this. She's so good at it. She's great. She just excels and just earns all kind of money doing that. But man, look like I'm gonna be broke forever because I can't find nothing to do, or what I do never works. At the same time, you're speaking life to somebody else and death to yourself. So the power lies within you, because the words, they're going to go out there and they're going to work for you, and work for you or work against you. And I always tell people, listen, your words, they go out into your future and they wait for you to arrive. What do you have waiting for you to arrive in your near future? And when I say the future, we could be talking about tonight or an hour from now, and what we're experiencing right now is based on the words we already spoke a while ago. This is what we're experiencing now. So if you're not loving what you're experiencing, I say, again, be mindful of the words you speak, because they definitely have power to help you or hinder you. And so I want to move on to the last one. And the last one, we're talking about, well, and I keep wanting to back up because I'm not sure how much time I have here, but with the, people speak affirmations. And some of the ones that are most simple is when you start out with I am. And most of you may already know this, but I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am confident. I am God's child. I'm magnificent, or whatever what you put behind it. You always want to put something that's positive, uplifting, that's going to work for you, because you don't want to put words out there when you arrive to where they're already waiting. You don't want to be surprised by more of the same. If you want it to change, it starts with you today. Move your body. That's my third one. Move your body. For most of you that know me, when it comes to moving the body, my number one recommendation for moving your body is bouncing on a mini trampoline, because bouncing on a mini trampoline is going to help to activate your lymphatic system. And when you can activate your lymphatic system, it's going to cause the lymphatic system to work like a vacuum, to vacuum away excess buildup of waste and toxins and cellular waste around your cells and your tissues, and keep it moving. When it doesn't happen, when it's sedentary, when it becomes stagnant and it builds up, it can cause all manner of illnesses and sicknesses and just frustration in your body. And when it can be moved, one of the best ways to do it is to activate your lymphatic system, because most of the time, most of us don't even know what is the lymphatic system, but it's in the body And what it does is work with all the other systems of the body, your digestive system, your nervous system, your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system. It works with all of those to keep them clean, to keep them working at their optimal level. And so bouncing it is for me. That's what I would say. But I was looking for a scripture for this section. And I went to Acts chapter 17, verse 28. And it says, in him we live and move and have our being. You know, God will have us to move our bodies. And there was a time way before now when that's what, you know, the caveman did. They moved their bodies to go find forage for food and this and that. Now we don't have to do that. I mean, you can sit at home and order your food and it comes to your door every day, right? And so we need to find ways to move our bodies. If bouncing on a mini trampoline, you say, I don't have one, that's fine. Take a walk. Go take a walk. You know, whether it's around your house, down the block, at the neighborhood track, neighborhood park, find ways to move your body because that's going to help your lymphatic system as well. And it helps to, you know, sometimes you can feel kind of sluggish and not sure what's going on. You just don't feel all together in your body. You can, well, as you move your body, it's like you move the energy that becomes stagnant. And when you can move the energy, it's going to make you feel better. The more you do it, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more you'll do it. Another scripture I have is 1 Corinthians 10:31. And it says, wherefore, therefore, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do it all to the glory of God. God wants you to, he designed our bodies that we can be healthy and whole and live a long time. But if you don't do your part, it frustrates the body doing its part. The great thing is the body knows what to do. And when you drink enough water, it knows what to do with that. When you move your body and you move that energy and you get your circulation and everything going, the body knows what to do with that. When you eat enough fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, the body knows what to do with that. But if you're not helping your body, you know, my hashtag, help your body help you. If you're not helping your body, you frustrate the body's ability to help you. And so some of the benefits of moving your body helps to strengthen your muscles, helps to improve your stability, your balance and coordination. And as you begin to go up in those numbers, you want this. You want to be able to move on your own. You don't want to have a walker or a cane. You know, you want to be able to have that liberty and freedom in your body because you've taken steps to help your body help you to have that stability, balance, and coordination. It helps to build more durable and dense bones. And you know, bouncing on the mini trampoline is one of the best ways. That's one of also the benefits that it helps to cause your bones to be stronger by being more dense and durable. So, and stretching is another thing that you can do to help your body help you. And so to how to move, I got bouncing, walking, stretching, and then whatever you do something. Move your body, help your body help you to have better health and a more vibrant life. And so my 3 points were: you want to speak to your body, you want to move your body, speak to yourself, and you also want to, what was the first one? You want to also be mindful. And so I'm Hillary Gooden, and I am your Vibrant Health Coach for Vibrant Life Solutions. Thank you for listening to me. My information is in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Hillary. Back over to Stacy.
Thank you, Darcy. Next, we have speaker Carol Pilkington, and Annette from Team Porch Talk is going to introduce you.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce Carol Pilkington. As a spiritual teacher and minister, speaker, and Amazon best-selling author. She specializes in anxiety, stress, and grief with over 25 years in training in spirituality. Carol teaches those who are in transition or experiencing a loss of some kind, whether in the present or something unresolved from their past, how to be more present to life. They are currently living with joy and more energy. Please welcome to the stage, Carol Pinkington.
Thank you so much, Annette. I appreciate your introduction. And the best way to say my name is consider 3 words: Pill, King, Ton. Anyway, thank you so very much. Dorothy, thank you so much for inviting me to be here with everyone. I'm really honored. And so I'm just gonna dive right in so that we don't waste any time. So my 3 tips today are accepting where you are now, completing cycles of action, and you can't be all things to all people. And so I'll take each one at a time. What I mean by accepting where you are right now is that you can't be there until you know where you are now. How many times have you said, I wish I could be there. I wish I could do this. I wish I could be her or that person. And all the while we're wishing where we want to be, we miss out on where we actually are. And it doesn't enable us to be able to create. We can't create while we're pining for something else or looking or comparing ourselves to somebody else. So when we are wherever we are in any given moment and fully accept and acknowledge that, we're more in present time. And from present time, we can actually create so much, and we're in the flow of life instead of trying to get into the flow of life. You're not in the flow of life when you're trying to get into the flow of life. Does that make sense? Give me a yes. The other thing for me that changed my life completely is completing cycles of action. So what does that mean? A cycle has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So for instance, if you're working on a project, the idea comes to you, that's the beginning of a cycle. And then you start mapping out all the things that need to be taken care of in order for that idea to come to fruition. And then it gets implemented. So the idea comes in, that's the beginning of the cycle. And the end of the cycle is when it's implemented. But there are a whole lot of cycles within cycles between that beginning and end. And so we might have tasks to do, and we might make a list of all the things that we need to do to get that project completed. Each one of those tasks is a cycle. And when we think of life in that way, and the projects that we have, we can reduce and even eliminate overwhelm, procrastination, because a lot of times we procrastinate because we think that something is just too big for us. And so we have to break it down. And each time we break something down and complete that cycle, it opens us up to be able to move on to the next thing that we have to do. And that's in anything that we're doing in our life. And it could even mean a conversation with somebody, having a difficult conversation with somebody. So when you're in a situation and you know you have to talk to somebody about something that upset you, you might have misunderstood something, but you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. That is like having the conversation go round and round and round and round in your mind. How many times have you done that? I mean, I've done it a million times until I recognize that when I get to a neutral place and I can be available to really have a conversation to unpack what I experienced, then I can actually talk to that person with calm, clarity, and integrity and responsibility. So having a conversation, a difficult conversation in a time frame that is comfortable for you, where you're in a neutral place, that's a cycle. So communication cycles. And then the last thing is, you can't be all things to all people. We have to know our limitations. For instance, you can't be a doctor the minute you graduate from high school. There are things that you have to learn. There are steps that you have to take in order to achieve that goal. And you currently have limitations. Even when you get your degree, you still have limitations in fulfilling that role, right? There are still life experiences and actual experiences within the realm of the practice to learn. And so at every moment, it's important for us to accept our limitations. That doesn't mean that we allow our limitations to stop us in our tracks. There's just more to learn. Every moment, there's always more to learn. There's always more to say. There's always more to learn. There's always more to do. I mean, if there wasn't, then there wouldn't be any life at all. So all of these things together, when we accept where we are now, it opens us up to be able to create more and have more space and clarity and be more present to the life that we're living right now. And completing cycles of action, again, leads to clarity, openness, creativity. Because the moment that we can put a period at the end of something, oh my goodness, there's nothing more to think about. It's completely done. And when we're in the middle of a project, and say we get a phone call or something spontaneous comes up and we have to take care of it, well, then all we can do is say, I've done what I can for now, and just put that aside. I've done the best I can for now. That is one of my best phrases for myself, when I've done everything that I can for now. And again, knowing our limitations, but not letting them stop us, enables us to be free and in the flow and take things as they come. Whatever is being presented in the moment to do, we can just take the action to take care of it. And it's the most important thing for us to know, to be in the flow, to be able to know what we are capable of, know that there are things that we still have to learn and do. And there's just so much more joy and wonder and magic in those moments of presence when we are able to accept where we are, complete cycles of action, and know that we can't be all things to all people. Allow each person that you come in contact with to just be. And so that will enable you to just be with them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your attention. And I love sharing these things. Completing cycles of action in and of itself, I could actually spend a whole hour on. It's huge. So thank you again. My information is in the chat, and I look forward to hearing all the other speakers. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Carol. We give it back over to Stacy Paley.
Well, thank you, Darcy. And I'm actually going to toss the ball over to you because you are introducing the third speaker.
What?
Montrella.
Oh my goodness. I did not pull up anything. Oh wow. Let me get her stuff here together. I am so sorry. Please forgive
While
me.
you're doing that, I have to say what powerful messages we're hearing here, right, everybody? Wow. While we're in a pause moment, put in the chat some of the tidbits you've already heard that have moved you or made you think. I see a quote from Annette. I've done the best I can for now. For me, it's putting a period on the end, right? Other things that have moved folks, made you think. Well, back to you, Miss Dorothy.
All right, thank you so much. And bringing on our next guest, Montrella Cowell is a founder and CEO of Affinity Health Affairs, which inspires women and men like you to step into their greatness. Through her private psychotherapy practice, health and wellness workshops, online courses, and speaking engagement, she also serves as a mentor to young adults, helping to transform them into effective change agents. And I bring to you Miss Montrella. Welcome.
Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you, Dorothy. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, guests, for taking time out of your busy schedule and your happy Friday to be with us today. And I'm going to actually share my screen. So I'd like to talk about self-care secrets to success. I think this is really important. It sounds like the majority of us are business professionals on the line. And as a CEO, a mother, right, a single mom, and many other hats that I wear, I totally can relate to how you must try to figure out self-care in the midst of all the other things that you're dealing with. I love this quote from Dr. King because he really, to me, captures what's the purpose of self-care. Dr. King said in his quote, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." And one of the images I'd like for you to get in your mind is a car. Think about your car. You may have set out for a long road trip and how that car runs so smoothly when you have a full tank of gas versus when the light for E is on and you are just hoping you can get to that next exit. Okay, so not only are you personally feeling a little bit shaky, but the car may be kind of stalling and things like that. So what Dr. King is saying is that even when we're being challenged, right, we need to have that full tank of gas. And how we get that is through self-care. And as women, CEOs, moms, children, a lot of us are in what we call the sandwich generation, where you're actually taking care of your parents as well as children, sometimes adult children, they're financially relying on you. There's so many hats that we as women wear. And then when we do sort of express a little bit of frustrations or what have you, we might be associated with being too emotional, right? And that's just crap. We're human. But imagine, what if you did not have to choose between your professional and your personal life? What if you didn't have to choose between your partner and your children or friend groups? Self-care is really the way to have it all. So this is the question I want you to ask yourself today as we're, having this event. There's a holistic approach that I encourage you to take to self-care. So what if you could have it all? A quality life with good health, which is very important, healthy relationships, That includes family, friends, romantic, a booming career, because we got to make our money, as well as be of service, of course, and a time for fun and recreation, whatever that looks like for you, because that can look like a lot of different things to different people. Again, I said that self-care is holistic. We got to look at it more like a multi-dimensional approach to life. Self-care includes that spiritual aspect. It includes the physical, right? It includes our mental. As a licensed therapist, I cannot neglect that aspect because, as most successful and wealthy people say, and a lot of our philosophers, everything starts here first, and then it's manifested physically. Speaking of mental health, I just wanted to bring to your attention the current statistics. 40% of Americans are struggling with a mental health challenge during this pandemic, which we're still in. It's a transition, still a lot of uncertainty. And according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1 in 5 people have mental health challenges. So think, sometimes some of our households are 6 or more people. So you can have 2 people with mental health challenges, whether it's recognized or not, whether it's diagnosed or not. These are the realities that we're dealing with. Pre-COVID, there were more than 40 million people struggling with anxiety and another 17 million who suffered with depression, okay? Now, obviously, there are many things and risk factors associated with mental health challenges. However, when one neglects his or her self-care, you better believe that adds fuel to the fire. And this statistic is one of the, to me, saddest of all. According to the Center for Disease Control, suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death for people 10 to 34 years old. And yes, since the pandemic, we've seen an increase in suicide. And the way I like to look at suicide is that we are actually opting for a long-term solution to a short-term problem. So if we spent more time out of, taking away from the grind and really pouring into ourselves, it can go a long way, not just for ourselves, but for others. And this, I think, was about a month ago. I'm sure the numbers have increased since, but basically nearly 3 million deaths globally due to COVID. So as you can see, it's very important that we invest in our self-care in order to keep our tank full, so that whether it's in times of convenience and comfort or when we're in challenging times as we are today, we have something to carry over. Angela Davis, for those of you who don't know, she's a political activist. Right now, she's 77 years young, and she had a concept called radical self-care. And she says, anyone who is interested in making change in the world also has to learn how to take care of herself, himself, their selves. It means that we are able to bring our entire selves into the movement. It means a holistic approach. And I really value these as words of wisdom, ladies, that I would like for you to incorporate into your lifestyle. Because the movement for you, it may not be political. Anybody that knows me, know I stay out of the political stuff. I deal with the mental health, the life coaching, that kind of thing. But at the same time, whatever movement it is for you, whether it's physical health, an educator, or whatever it is, that's your movement, and we need you. We need you to be fully present. So she's saying that that's a must in order for it to continue. And also Derek J. Stevens, he's the author of A to Z Self-Care Handbook for Social Workers and Other Healthcare Professionals. If you're a healthcare provider, please put that in the chat. I'd like to acknowledge you. I'd really like to acknowledge you because, we're frontline soldiers and, we have to be there. We have to show up. It doesn't matter if there's a pandemic. It doesn't matter what's going on. We have to show up. And so this is especially important because, as they say, doctors make the worst patients. He says, Mr. Stevens says, self-care is a lifestyle. It's not an emergency response. And oftentimes, especially as women, we're typically reactive instead of proactive when it comes to self-care. We look at self-care as if it's a selfish act. And what I'm saying today is that it's okay to be selfish. Like in order to help others, you're going to have to be able to be in full form. These are just some of the areas that you want to consider as you're looking at health and wellness, you know, individually, when it comes to your relationships, career and business rather. We all want that time and money freedom, as well as your service, your philanthropy work, whatever that looks like for you, helping the greater society. And if we don't make this a priority, in other words, if we don't fill up before we get on that long road trip, the highway to the long road trip, we're going to experience burnout. And sometimes the burnout can be quiet, right? Where we're kind of just avoiding, you know, our day-to-day tasks. We might be going to sleep with this stuff, dreaming about our clients or some problem that we're dealing with. Oh, it will come out. And stress is a part of it. Stress is, you know, our physiological response. And sometimes, you know, it's response to good or bad, it's to change, okay? But these are some of the impacts that can occur if we don't really invest in that self-care. Some of the effects of burnout include headaches, insomnia. If this is not you, I know you know someone. I think it's the American Sleep Association says that 70 million Americans have some kind of sleeping disorder. Wow. The main one is insomnia. I see it all the time in my private practice. Sickness, yes. It will conk out, just like that car will break down. We'll have to call AAA. It'll help you to be, you know, foggy. You have a loss of focus. You won't really be getting anything done. It'll be more like busy work. You'll have difficulty concentrating. Next thing you know, you don't want to be engaged because it's just totally exhausting with low energy. Okay, it can cause situations in your relationships, with your money, and even put you in the hospital. Okay, so what I don't recommend in order to deal with burnout is addictions like abuse of prescription drugs or alcohol. And I know they call it happy hour, but now that's where the therapist in me comes out, because alcohol is a depressant. And so, as they say, there's nothing that alcohol won't make worse. And I'm gonna get off that soapbox because I know a lot of people are sensitive about this area, but this is not the way to treat the burnout, okay? Instead, you wanna call AAA, just like you would if your car broke down. And what I'm saying with AAA is acknowledge, have an action plan, and automate. So what do I mean by acknowledge? I need you to acknowledge the signs of your stress. Your body will talk to you. You might have headaches. You may not feel, you know, as you usually would. You may notice that you're off balance, like literally tripping around things, like you can't even walk straight. Those are signs. Let's see, action plan. So action plan, someone mentioned it earlier, so I don't want to be redundant, but affirmations is a great way to just start to postulate what you want. So what I want you to do is to adopt some affirmations specifically as it relates to self-care. I want you to create boundaries as part of your action plans. That's with family as well as coworkers and friends. I had a client, for example, who was texting me on the weekend. Now, and I'm a Christian. She was texting me on Sundays, very worried, you know, dealing with anxiety herself about her daughter. And I had to like really, you know, put a stop to that. So whatever that looks like for you and your business, you need to create those healthy boundaries, have a cutoff time. Okay. And saying no, it is a complete sentence. And when I say automate, you know, we have to automate for our business marketing plans. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, put yes in that chat. We need to automate, like meal planning, for example, would be a way to automate. Automate schedule self-care, like, you know, make it happen, take vacations, whether it's a staycation or a real vacation. Find ways to automate rather than be in a crisis situation and say, oh my gosh, you know, you're on the side of the road and it's dark and there's not many cars out, right? So you don't want to get to that situation. You want to be able to have a plan in place where it's already automated and you are refueling that engine every so often. All right. These are some of the benefits. You put your oxygen mask on first. You will learn what you can and cannot control. And the one thing you do have control over is the self. You'll be able to serve as a role model for your family and friends. And that's the number one key. As parents, we know children don't listen to what we say. They listen to what we do. They do what we do. So we want to model healthy self-care behaviors and lead by example. We also want to hold and incorporate self-care in our organization. So whether you work for another organization or you have a business with employees yourself, please make it a part. This is not just an individual thing. It needs to become a corporate thing. It needs to be macro. These are my 10 commandments for less stress. And I do have a free gift that I'll put the link in the chat. I'll also send you the 10 commandments for less stress. That's all I have. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Montrella. You were right on time.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this portion back over to Stacy so she can do her thing.
Well, thank you so much, Darcy. And you know, Montrella, again, another moving talk. And one of the things that we do to lower stress is have fun, right? And so it's time for fun. So it's game time. And we're going to have breakout rooms for 4 games. We're going to have Family Feud with Dorothy Mae Ross. We're going to have The Price is Right with Annette from Team Porch Talk. We're going to have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Pat Gallo from Team Porch Talk, and Jeopardy. So I'm going to call out Patricia Rogers to get us all excited while we're getting ready to break out into our different rooms. Patricia.
Hi, everyone. How y'all doing again? How are you all doing again? Okay, I guess she said we're getting ready to do this, get some activity going on so that we can loosen up and bring our humor in. Every entrepreneur has a sense of humor. And what I like about Porch Talk is that it allows us to exhibit that humor. And Fabulous Carmel, she's good for it. I mean, she loves to laugh. When she's on those Friday shows, she brings in that energy. And this is what Porch Talk is all about. So we do want to hear those things that are going to take us from where we are to a new level, you know, about our healthcare. This is awesome, but we have to also give ourselves time to laugh. How many of y'all ever heard of laughing yoga? Okay, she's got us going into rooms now. So much for our laughing yoga. And perhaps maybe the next Sports Talk, we'll be able to do our laughing yoga. I'm going into room 3.
Hey, everybody. Let's see who we have for Jeopardy. Oh, Camille, you're back.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Well, come and play. And is there anybody? It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. I'm going to put one of you into another breakout room if you don't mind, just so that we can get some even things. And who likes Jeopardy? Camille, I'm going to ask you to keep everybody all excited while I move somebody to another room.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Are you guys ready? Yes? So let me see your hands if you're ready.
I'm terrible at Jeopardy.
It's okay, we're just here to have fun.
Yes, we are. Okay,
we're just gonna have fun with it.
Here's the good news. I have easy Jeopardy and I have hard Jeopardy.
Easy Jeopardy.
I am happy to do it. When it comes to your turn, you just tell me which one you want. And I guess we should separate into teams, but really it's just fun. So let's do a count off. I'm going to ask Camille to start. Let's say red, and Luana, will you say blue? So we have the red and the blue team. Kim, you're going to be red. Dr. Kathleen Oden, you're going to be blue. Mary Cofield, red. Kizzy, blue, Darlene, red, Montrella, blue, and Manira, red. Okay, so we have our teams. We're going to start with Easy Jeopardy, and here are the categories. We have Getting There, which is places. We have Food. We have People. We have All in the Words, and I'll repeat these for you, don't worry. We have Animals. We have Things, and we have Movies, TV, books, whatever, that kind of, all that catch-all. So let's start with Team Red. Who wants to go first? Yes, Kim.
Oh, okay. I just had a question. The question was, how do we answer? We're being called on individually? Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
I got my answer.
Yeah. We'll just rotate through, and it's all good fun.
Okay,
So,
since
Kim,
you put your hand up, Kim, you're first.
Yeah, I had a question.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to answer straight off. So,
and which team are you in? If you just say
red.
whether you're red or blue.
Okay, red.
Red. Okay, red team. Would you like Getting There?
Yes.
Food.
Getting there.
Getting There. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Things to take with you on vacation in case you hit the beach. Bring this. And it's rated SPF 15 or higher.
Sunscreen.
Yay! You see, Jeopardy can be fun, guys. All right, let's get someone from the blue team. Blue team, who's on the blue team?
You want me to answer? What I didn't hear the question.
Yes. Okay. Do you want easy Jeopardy? Yeah. Okay. What category would you like, Lavana? Would you like Getting There, Food, People, All in the Words, Animals, Things, or Movies, TV?
I'm gonna go with People.
All right, and my easy questions are all sort of like this. We want to have fun. We don't want to make this like tricky. Okay, People. This is actually, it's kind of a Perth people. Oh, okay. It's a CEO question. This Facebook CEO ranked first on a list of the world's highest rated CEOs.
Probably Jeff Bezos.
Close. It's Mark Zuckerberg.
I started to say him.
Yeah.
Just they always follow the first mind.
Oh, well, whatever. Let's do the next one. Who's on for red team?
Mary.
Mary. All right, Mary. So tell me, what would you like? Do you want animals, Getting There, Food, All in the Words, Things?
Food,
Movies,
food.
TV?
I like food. I should be good at
I
food.
am with you. I am with you. I like food. That's, I think, why I did it. All right.
Yep.
Okay, are you ready? This name comes before Pieces and Peanut Butter Cup.
Pieces. Pieces. Pie? No. Pieces.
Oh, Camila is jumping off her chair. I guess we will sing the Jeopardy song. Do, do,
Pie, pudding,
it sounds like
kids love it. Peanut
Someone
butter.
want to give her a hint? What?
Starts with an R.
Starts with an R. It comes before Pieces.
Kizzy, like, let me say it.
All right. Okay, you say it, Camille.
Kizzy wants to say it. Go ahead, Kizzy.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Miss Shepherd, say it.
Okay, I think that it's Reese's Pieces.
Yes!
Yes.
I'm a grandmother. I'm a grandmother. My grandkids 22. I have no idea.
Not eating enough
All right,
junk
then.
candy. That's the problem.
That's it. You guys are too healthy. That's the problem.
Yeah,
All right.
too old.
Oh, I getcha.
Remember it
Who is
from my
next?
childhood. It was a popular candy in my childhood.
Right.
Wow.
Well, you got it. So that's all right. So who is next? For the, I guess we're on the red team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I lost the red team. I was red
It's the
team. I
blue. Should be
blew
the
it.
blue.
Oh,
It's blue.
okay. It's blue team. Blue. Who's on the blue team? All right, Dr. Kathleen, what would you like?
Stacy, I don't know which team I'm on. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You're on
let's
the
raise your
red.
hand if you're on the blue team. Why don't you join the blue team? Because it looks like that you're on the blue team. Okay, Dr. Kathleen, what would you like? Would you like food? And I'm going to have to check on our timing as well. Getting there, food, people, all in the words, animals, things, or movies, TV.
All in the word.
All in the words. Good woman. All right. Let us see what that brings us. Let me go there. Okay. Being a CEO makes you one of these. What does CEO stand for?
Oh, Chief Executive Officer?
Woo! Guys, I'm trying to make Jeopardy fun, you know? It doesn't have to be awful. Okay, who is next on the red team?
Not me.
Ow! Who's next? Red team.
Okay, I'll go.
All right, who said that? Oh, Camille, all right. So what do you
Yeah,
want?
I'm back.
Yeah, all right. That's right, you are. All right, so do you want animals, food, all in the words, things, people, places? Animals, all right. I'm going to give you one of my favorites.
Make it easy.
I'm doing my best. Okay. What is the answer to see you later, alligator?
In a while, crocodile.
Woo! You did it.
I wouldn't have got that one either.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Kim, I think it's your turn. And are you with the blue team?
Yes.
Kim? All right. What would you like? Would you like another animal or?
All in the word, I think.
All in the word. All right.
I'm happy to do it, but I don't think Manira had a turn yet. She's on the blue team.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just check our timing. I'm so sorry because I'm wearing a few hats here, so we've still got a little time. See, I hope you guys are having some fun. Yes. I know when we say Jeopardy, people are like, "Oh my God!" But
it's painful.
We wanna make it fun. Okay, so it's in the eyes. I-Z-E. It's in the eyes. You do this to tell someone you are sorry for what you did.
Apologize.
Yay!
Into the hard category now.
Wouldn't have gotten that one either.
Oh no. Well, hey guys, I'm also into doing team. So we can all. Do you guys want to do that? Should we just bend the rules a little? Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so if it's your turn, anyone on the team can chime in. How about that? Okay, who is next for the red team? Who's next on the red team?
You're up, Mary.
Hey, I've already messed up the score. Why not? So
All right.
if
all
nobody
right.
else,
And
I
remember-
will. I don't mind being wrong.
Oh, well, we'll do it as a team effort, right? So everybody on the red team, just jump in. How about that?
All right.
Okay, getting
Let's
there.
do it.
Getting there. Food. Want to go back to food?
I didn't do too good, but okay.
Oh, up to you.
We'll do food.
All right. Well, you've got some team support here, so let's see what we got. This wraps up a burrito or a taco.
Wait a minute. Salsa.
I'm sorry. Come on, guys. What wraps up a burrito or a taco?
Tortilla.
Yay!
I told you I was on the wrong.
That's okay, Mary. I got you covered, baby. I got you covered. Fabulous got you. It's okay.
It's okay. Oh, we just want
I
to have
was putting
fun,
it on
right?
the tortillas.
That's right. That's right. Who is next on the blue team? Manira, are you your blue team, right?
Yes, she's next. Manora is next.
All right. So Manira, what would you like? Would you like animals, food, places, all in the words, things, movies, TV, books?
Manora loves to travel, so she should be saying places because every time I see her, she's in some country.
All right.
Okay, let's do that. All right, Camille.
All right. We are going to do getting there. All right. Let's do this. If you
Hello,
visit.
give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
1 second. Sorry.
It's the SF in the airport code SFO.
San Francisco.
Woo!
Save the blue team's honor. Thank you.
Woohoo! All right. You guys are just going through these questions. It's awesome. Let us see. How about is it red team? I lost track.
Mm-hmm.
Red team.
Yeah, it's red team.
All right,
now.
let's go red team. Who wants to do red team?
Martrella, she's on the red team, right?
She is. Martrella, are you there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm on the blue team.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were on the red team.
We're going to put you on the red team now.
That's my favorite color. I can do that.
Okay, so it's your turn. Okay, let's go.
All right. And what would you like? We have, as you know, places, animals, getting there, people, all in the words, movies, TV, things.
Really challenge myself, animals.
Animals. All right. Who on this is an animal lover?
Oh, we got some. See, I can help a sister out.
All right. Okay. Let me give you this one. This is one of my favorites. At 18 feet in height, this tallest mammal can actually peek into a second-story window. And the hint is they have a long neck.
Giraffe.
Yay!
Thank you, sister.
Go red team. Go red team.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
isn't that interesting? Yeah.
See, you learning something. We're playing a game, but we're learning at the same time. Isn't that fabulous?
That's awesome.
Exactly. Darlene, I don't think you've gone yet. Which team are you with? Oops, you're on mute, I think. If you could please unmute yourself. And
We still can't hear you, darling.
so can't quite hear you. We have 5 more minutes, so.
No, she said go ahead because we can't hear her.
Oh, you
I'm
could
sorry,
put it in
darling.
the chat if you want.
Yeah.
Do you want to put it in the chat? No? Are you sure? Okay.
He's going like that.
All right. So who is next? I don't know. We're tied. So who wants to go?
Let's do it again. Come on.
Yeah, let's
Manira.
do it
All
again.
right, Manira. Let's do it again. Which one would you like?
Let's do
places,
animals.
food.
Animals.
Animals. All right, let's do another animals. I am still a star in Hollywood, although I was wiped out 66 million years ago.
Dinosaur.
Woohoo! You got it!
I needed those. I could have answered those.
Really, Mary? Really, Mary?
Awesome.
Darn it.
All right. So, who is next? Who wants to go?
I'll give
Savannah,
it a
you
shot.
want to go?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Which one would you like?
I'm gonna go with the movies, although I'm probably gonna regret this.
Okay.
You got a team. You won't regret it. The team is right there. Montrella will help you too. Oh no, you're not on our team. Sorry, we can't help you.
These are actually movies, books. It's all arts, right? So I'm going to give you one about a book. And I think you're going to get this one. What are 3 of the most popular books in the Bible?
Ooh. Oh, wow. The most popular. Well, I'll say the most popular for me then. Psalms, Roman, and Matthew.
And you're right. Woohoo!
Oh.
That is awesome. So we have about 2 more minutes. I think you guys are tied. I just want to say, well done for doing such good work. There's Dorothy. People are coming back. And what do you think, guys? How was Jeopardy?
It was
Yeah,
fabulous.
it turned out to be fun.
Oh yeah,
And we learned something.
I was a
Even when
little
you gave wrong
concerned, but it was
answers.
fun.
Even with wrong answers, it was fun.
Yes, it was, Mary.
Well, y'all
Excellent.
got
Thank
Jeopardy.
you.
I'll stick with Family Feud.
Oh, Dorothy, next time you can come visit us in Jeopardy, you're going to have fun. So the red team and the blue team were tied.
Oh wow! Well, Team A won on Family Feud.
Richard Nixon. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So we had who? How did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire go?
Oh, well, we didn't win much money. It was not money, it was experience. And these questions were hard, Miss Dorothy. Okay?
They were hard.
They were hard.
It happens. It happens. But hey, remember one thing. You can always kind of redo the question so that they're a little bit more simpler.
No, it was okay. You know, everybody gets serious. When it's a game, it's serious business, man.
Oh,
People get serious with the games.
Okay, how did Price is Right go?
Dorothy, we had a great time. The ladies were highly intelligent and really engaged with the prizes that we had and guessing. They're really avid shoppers on the internet. And let's see who won. Jackie, she won, and there was a tie. Delphine won, and it came down to the tiebreaker at the end because I had triple points because they were getting all the answers right. So it was like a horse race.
All right.
It was a lot of fun.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, my thing is, as long as everybody just kind of enjoyed themselves for a second. So I want to share something with you before we get started with the next speakers. And what I want to share with you, something that is really near and dear to my heart. In talking to a lot of women, I found out that even though we all do business, we're still missing something out of our lives. We're missing that closeness where we can come together and we can actually let our hair down. We can just connect with each other and we can just do some fun things. And even though we're doing business and even though we have connections in business, there comes a time when we just put on this happy face, but we're not really happy. We're just wearing the face because we want everybody to think that everything is going all right with us. And it's actually not, okay? So what I did was I created a community that's called Porch Talk Live Worldwide Membership. And I'm inviting everyone, I'm going to put the information in the chat. I'm inviting everyone to become my founding member. And as my founding member, there's so many things that I'm going to be offering to the founding members. Now, the membership is going to actually be $27 a month. And as a midlife and beyond coach, I want people to understand that we haven't given up on life, regardless whether we're of a certain age or whatever you want to call it. We still have dreams, we still have visions, we still have things in our lives that we want to carry out in the next chapter of our lives. And what this membership is going to consist of, on a monthly basis, the first Thursday of every month, we're going to do what I call grounding life lessons. And what those lessons are going to do is they're going to get you stabilized and get you balanced in your everyday life. The second Thursday of every month, we're going to have what I call do and grow lessons, where you get information from me every second Thursday that you follow through on that's going to cause you to put something into action within that particular week, whether it be something in business, whether it be something in ministry, whether it be something in your personal life, you will have something to do. Very little short PDF will come over to you by email that will ask you to finish this assignment and we'll come back together. Then the third Thursday of every month, we're going to have a monthly workshop featuring businesses and thought leaders. So it's not going to be only me teaching these workshops. It will be other leaders that will be doing a 30-minute teach and grow within that section, okay? Then on the fourth Thursday of every month, what we will have is a monthly Q&A. And the reason why I say that is everything that we've gone through for the whole month, we're going to actually at that time, everything we do is going to be on Zoom, but we're going to come back together as a group. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the challenges that we have in our life, the things that are going on with us that we haven't been able maybe to talk to anyone else about. So I'm inviting you, this $27 offer is only for founding members during the month of August. Anyone that signs up for $27 a month for the month of August. Now, after that, come September, the price goes up to $49. So I just wanted to share that with you. The link is in the chat. You can go over, you can take a look at it. And one of the other things that we're going to be putting together is a yearly event where we all come together. So if you guys don't have anybody to travel with, you don't have anybody to vacation with, we can all come together and we can enjoy ourselves together. Thank you. So Stacy, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Doesn't that sound fun? I mean, who is having fun so far, right? Woo! Well, we have some more inspiration ahead. And Dorothy, would you please read? Oh, actually, Camille is back. So let's have the fabulous Camille introduce Jackie Simmons. Camille, are you able to do that? Awesome, thank you.
Hello, hello, ladies. So no, I have the pleasure to introduce Miss Jackie. So Miss Jackie Simmons is a TED speaker, a radio host, international best author, emotional resilient master, and a co-founder of Team Suicide Prevention Society. Jackie Simmons, oh my goodness, this woman has a powerful way of dealing, especially if you can deal with teenagers, you have this thing down packed to the T. In 1995, she was blindsided by her own 14-year-old suicide attempt. Jackie entered a world of depression, addiction, medical mysteries, and deadly silence. So you know what that means? Her brain had to shut down. So she knows her stuff. The journey into the world of mental health service and cultural taboo, like Jackie feels lost and alone. Okay. On the other side, Jackie hid her deep psychological wounds behind her frantic entrepreneurial activity. Then on August the 3rd, 2019, Jackie, now 37 years old, broke the silence. Jackie wasn't ready. She called August the 3rd, 2019, the day she pursued trapped out on her shoulder. Now, let's join Jackie and see how far she came from. Jackie, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, fabulous Camille. That was lovely. To clarify, the August 3rd, 2019, my daughter, now 37, she was giving a 7-minute talk, a message that matters. My daughter's name is Stephanie. At 14, I was blindsided by her first suicide attempt. There were 13 others. And as long as Stephanie was getting professional help, I sold myself on the idea that we didn't need to talk about it. I didn't want to know. Would you want to know? Would you want to know what could cause your child so much mental and emotional pain that they thought dying was better than living? I didn't want to know, so I didn't ask. And I stayed silent for over 23 years. And then on August the 3rd, 2019, Stephanie, now 37, breaks the silence. The morning of her talk was sunny and already warm. The conference room was on the outside of Sarasota, Florida. I walked in and greeted the 12 speakers that I had trained to deliver messages that matter. Everything worked, okay? For anybody who's hosted an event, everything worked. The videographer was set, the projector worked, the microphones, the audience took their seats. Stephanie was getting into that nervous, excited state you get into right before you give a talk. She looked amazing. She had on a flowery skirt and a dark blouse, and her hair was pulled back in combs. She was first up on the speaker roster. I am super proud of my daughter. I announced her. Everyone help me welcome Stephanie Ashton. She walked confidently to the front of the room and shook my hand. She started with, when I was 14, after a bad day of shopping, I stood in my bathroom. The pain of not fitting in to any clothes was just more proof that I didn't fit in anywhere. And that pain was more than I could bear. I took a razor and cut into my left arm, trying to end the pain and my life. 3,000 American teenagers do the same thing every day. In the back of the room, I was stunned twice. First, because I had no idea the numbers of suicide attempts among teens was that high at over 3,000 a day. I also didn't know suicide was her topic. Stephanie continued. It wasn't my only attempt. There were others. And outside of getting professional help, I've never really talked about it, not even with mom. It was too awkward, too painful, too easy to avoid. Mom and I had the other talks. Mom and I had the talk about sex, and mom and I had the talk about drugs, and we had the talk about alcohol. And then I went to college on a dry campus. That means the kegs are hidden in the showers of the girls' dorm. Mom and I had to talk about alcohol more than once, but we didn't talk about suicide. I still struggle with suicidal thoughts. In the back of the room, I felt all the blood drain out of my face. And then I went from pale to bone cold as I realized the struggles that my daughter had faced alone because I didn't have the courage to have the talk about suicide. Have you ever been hijacked by a bad memory? Only 30 years of stress management training kept me from crawling into a corner of that room and just crying, just bawling my eyes out. Stephanie wrapped up her talk. Along my suicide avoidant journey, I've learned tons of coping skills. Now I want to teach those skills to teens before they need them. Yes, before they need them. There wasn't a dry eye in the house, including mine. Everyone stood up, gave Stephanie a standing ovation. Some of them rushed up and hugged her and thanked her for being so brave, so willing, so vulnerable. In the back of the room, I was frozen, torn between pride for her bravery and guilt and shame for my cowardice. Then it hit me. 3,000 teens a day attempt to take their own lives in the US. That means over 6,000 parents start to live the guilt nightmare that I lived. That means over 20,000 grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters start to live the guilt nightmare. And that means every day, hundreds of thousands of classmates, teachers, boyfriends, girlfriends, neighbors start to live the guilt nightmare that I'd lived, probably all just as blindsided by it as I had been. And then I wondered if Stephanie was right. What if the way to stop teen suicide was as simple as having the talk about suicide before you think they need it, before your teen, before your parent, before your friend, your neighbor starts to struggle with suicidal thoughts? What if it was just that simple and obvious? Yeah, so simple and obvious that professionals have tripped over it. Simple and obvious, like putting wheels on luggage or putting ketchup in bottles you could squeeze. Simple and obvious. After that talk, Stephanie and I decided to work together. Who knew that was possible? Along with her sisters, we co-founded the Teen Suicide Prevention Society, and we started teaching. We started teaching people how to have the talk to stop suicide. And that's what we do. We teach that along with the talks to stop self-sabotage, stop bullying, and stop negative thinking. What our research taught us, parents don't want to talk about it. They don't want to have the talks about sex, drugs, and alcohol. And we tried for a year to help parents have the talk about suicide. Not happening. And then we realized teenagers, you say you want to have the talk with them about a topic, they immediately do one of two things, at least my daughters. When it came to the talks about drugs and alcohol, they kind of just glazed over. Mama, we get that in school. When it came to the talks about sex, my daughter said, Mama, what do you want to know? There's no such thing as having these talks too early, because our kids are getting this education from somewhere. If not from us, then where? But this is not about for parents today. This is about how do you reparent yourself? How do you have the talk to stop negative thinking with yourself? It's as simple as the initials KLT. Know, like, and trust. When you know, like, and trust yourself, you don't fall into that place of pain where my daughter was, where she thought she didn't fit in anywhere in the world, that she wasn't good enough to live. What if you could provide a bigger and bigger buffer for yourself between you and an edge that you may, that you may not even know you're near? What if? We're going to get you there. The answer is to get to, well, wait, but first I'm going to back up, because a lot of you all are entrepreneurs and business women. What have you heard about sales? People do business with who? People they know, like, and trust. Well, here's the deal. I networked my assets off building my business. I went to hundreds of networking events and I gave out thousands of business cards, and I built a lot of goodwill and had very little business because I didn't understand one critical piece. Everybody loved me and nobody knew what I did. My friend said, Jackie, I think you have a business just so you have an excuse to network. I was so busy building up people's know, like, and trust that I had kind of skipped this. They didn't want to know what I was excited about. They wanted to know me. But I had a barrier in the way. It didn't look like it. On the outside, I was a networking junkie. Lots of acquaintances and very few friends. Why? Because I was afraid if somebody really got to know me, they wouldn't like me. And if they got to know me well enough that they knew I had a suicidal child, they would never trust me because I had judged myself as being untrustworthy based on the experience of being her parent. There's nothing wrong with my daughter. I believe she is perfect exactly as she is. Once I got to this point where I understood what was in the way of my building a know, like, and trust relationship with other people. I didn't know, like, or trust myself. I knew some things about myself. I knew what my favorite movie was and I knew who my favorite author was, but I couldn't tell you what my favorite food was because that depended on who I was eating with and what they wanted to eat because I was busy trying to be likable. That busyness, that barrier, it comes under one heading. It's called, I had a secret. I had judged something about myself as not able to be shared, not able to be known. And I didn't know it, but that put a barrier that made me come across as, in appearance, I was perfect. In emotional reactivity, people had this icky kind of reaction, but they didn't understand it. It wasn't really big. It was just a little disquiet. The reality is, it's called being inauthentic. If you're busy trying to hide something from the world, you cannot be fully present to the world. And that was the lesson I had not learned until now. Since August 3rd, 2019, we started working with the Teen Suicide Prevention Society and our vision to imagine a world where teen suicide is a thing of the past. Along that way, we came up with another vision because we stopped asking the question, how to stop suicide. And we started asking the question, how to stop suicidal thinking, how to stop negative thinking. So we found out how to do that. So I'm going to invite you to this. I imagine a world where you see yourself as perfect, just as you are, that there is nothing about you that needs to be changed. There's nothing about your behavior that needs to be changed. There's nothing about your past that is unacceptable. And there are two gifts that I have for you. The first is how to get out of shouldville. Shouldville's that place you go when you judge yourself as being less than you should be, not as far along as you should be, not the size of clothes you should be wearing, not whatever it is. When you are shoulding on yourself, like you shouldn't have spent money over here or over there, that's Shouldville. So I'm going to give you all that gift in just a minute. But first, when you imagine a world where you see yourself as perfect, just as you are, and everyone around you sees themselves as just as they are, what will change in your world? So for you and for everyone you know who could use a little help to get to know, like, and trust themselves a little better, to see themselves as worthy, my gift to you is how to get to know, like, and trust yourself more every day. It's on a website, youcan'tdoitwrong.com. Get the assessment, get to know, like, and trust yourself, get your number, and learn the ways to raise that number every day. And if you find yourself stuck in Shouldville, because we all drive through it, but if you find yourself stuck in Shouldville, I created something that's like a vision board on steroids called Leaving Shouldville. And I'm going to give you the landing page. If you scroll all the way down, you'll be able to watch it without having to opt into it at all. And if you want to opt in and explore that technology, please do. But first, get the know, like, and trust factor assessment, take it, and then go to this other site and watch the Leaving Shouldville, and then take the assessment again. Measure your mindset. This is a really simple way to measure your mindset. You do the know, like, and trust factor assessment first. Then you go to emotionalteflon.com and you watch all the way at the bottom. You watch Leaving Shouldville. And then you go back and take the know, like, and trust factor assessment again. Start measuring your mindset. It's really easy to improve anything that you measure. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate being here.
Thank you so much, Jackie. What an inspirational message. I love Leaving Shouldville. That is really something. Wow. Well, our next speaker is Charlene Sparks. And what powerful and inspirational messages we have today, just threading through. Before we introduce Charlene, let's just do a shout out for Dorothy. What a great event this is, right, guys?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes.
To get powerful messages and things to think about and to do. Wow. Fabulous Camille, would you do the honors for introducing our next speaker, Charlene?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ladies. So I want to introduce you Miss Charlene Spark. Miss Charlene Spark is an RN, a BBN, known as the Resource Navigator, founder of A Woman with a Vision, Inc., a nonprofit organization, co-founder of Advent Health Connection, Inc. Now, Miss Charlene have embraced, empower, and elevate women, caregivers, and families in just the version of themselves. I realized that I create an education platform for spiritual and mental wellness. In addition to helping individuals with healthcare and business resource, I also help individuals develop a correct structure for their business, ministry, and nonprofit organization. So Ms. Charlene, I've stepped up and stepped out and show women with a vision how to be themselves and control what they spend. So I want to welcome Miss Charlene Spark. The floor is yours, ma'am. Let's give it up for Miss Charlene.
Thank you, Camille. I appreciate that. Thank you all for having me here today.
First of all, giving my greatest honor to God, my Lord and Savior, for allowing me the privilege and opportunity to be a part of the Porch Talk platform. I thank Pastor Dorothy Ross for all that she has done to inspire us with simple pleasures for self-care. And I'm telling you, many times you think these self-care nuggets may be small, but they are very, very important. And all of the speakers today have just been so empowering. I thought I was going to be first to get through it quickly, but I tell you, I'm so grateful that I had a chance to hear from each one of you. And I definitely need to make that connection with so many of you. You all have really inspired me here today. And so I'm here today to talk about self-care is the best care. And of course, everything that I have heard today have kind of just pulled it all together for me. And I'm so grateful for that. And I want you to know I'm going to focus in here real quickly on 3 areas. But first of all, self-care is the best care. And I'm focusing on the spiritual care because all of the great things that we need to be doing for ourselves naturally, if our mindset and spiritual mindset and mental mindset is not set correctly, we won't develop the consistency to carry it out. The scripture I want to leave with you today is, Beloved, I pray that in every way you may succeed and prosper and be in good health physically, just as I know your soul prospers spiritually. And that's 3 John 1:2. And that is one of my favorite scriptures that I stand on for my life. And I do believe that spiritual care, self-care is the best care. And so I wanted to share a quote with you. It says, it's when the well runs dry, we appreciate the worth of water. Don't let your well run dry. And I received that from a friend. Someone had sent it to me, and it came from hellobombshell.com. But I took it at heart because I know many times I have allowed my well to run dry, and I needed plenty of water. And if we don't provide ourselves with the proper water, spiritual water, you need spiritual water, you need natural water. We need water. We do not want to let our well run dry. I'm going to run here real quickly through 3 areas of spiritual self-care that I believe will impact your lives today and just add to everything that we've already talked about. I'm gonna go from confession, contentment, and complacency. And I chose those 3 words, confession, contentment, and complacency, because over my lifetime, I have had so many challenges in those areas. And it wasn't until I start bringing those areas into subjection in my life, I began to, see change in my self-care. And I want you to take time today to continue to fill your cup, because you have already received some powerful information and tips and tools. But I want to take you on a different route of confession. I know I heard it this morning. Dr. Hillary, she just hit it real good for me when she said that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat the fruits of it. I love that word, and I live off of that every day. But I want to take you to a word that says do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that the testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. And I kind of focused in on that because I know that those affirmations, if it had not been for me changing what I was saying and being more conscious of the words of my mouth, I know I would not, my mindset would have not changed. And it's constantly growing and changing. But your confessions has to line up with God's word. And I always remind myself, let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. And that is so important as we, continue to work on our spiritual self-care. Now, I know to many of you, spiritual self-care may sound, is that really necessary? I've heard a lot of young people say, spiritual self-care. No, that may not really be necessary. What can I do for my body? Well, if you get the spiritual self-care transpiring in your life, the body transferring, and all the other great things that we want to do for self-care will line up. And I also wanted to talk about contentment, and I'm going to make this real quick. I had struggled so long with that word in itself, contentment, because I was reading in Philippians. I'm not going to read the whole scripture or anything, but it kept telling me, that I've learned, in whatever state I'm in, to be content, and I know how to be abased, and, I know how to abound. And for so many years, I struggled with contentment because I'm saying, well, I'm supposed to be comfortable and supposed to be at peace and satisfied, and, and I'm not to really move into anything else in my life. And I believe the Holy Spirit had to really give me some insight on contentment, because when you're content, yes, you have that spiritual peace. You're satisfied with where you are at that moment. But if you do not have a goal in mind in your state of contentment, it will lead you into the wrong direction. It can easily lead you into a place of complacency. And once I begin to understand complacency, I say, oh my goodness, let me share this and let me read a little bit more, because I kind of grew up in an environment where we were really living in poverty growing up, but I thought we were living just fine because we just did not know, anything better until, you leave home, go to college, start your own life, and see how other people are really living, a lot better than you. But we had that peace and contentment, growing up, because we were just there in the situation. And I began to realize, okay, I'm here, but then there's so many people, that's so far ahead. At least, that was my mindset, because I had never been exposed to all those big, big things in life. And so when I looked at complacency, I say complacency can actually be a hindrance. It is more like a killer for most people. It's like you're being so vulnerable in a comfort state. Like, for example, you're in a business, you succeed, you started from $50 and now you're 250, $500,000, and all of a sudden you're so comfortable. Your past, it's almost like your past successes will cause you to fail. And it's like you become so complacent in your life, and over a period of time, you're in a very dangerous zone. And the same thing can happen not just in your business, but it can happen in your life in any situation. So I was thinking about that area as well for self-care, because sometimes we can reach a goal in our self-care life and all of a sudden we're so comfortable. We don't want to move. We don't want to change. I know over the past year, I've had quite a few ladies to come to me, and they're very comfortable ladies, and they're saying, you know, I don't want to do no more. I'm good. I don't want to get involved with nothing else. You got $500 in the bank, and if somebody asks you to go somewhere, you can't help anybody else. And I'm saying, okay, that's complacency. I'm good. I don't want to help anybody else. And I'm saying, okay, we have to get beyond that. So I wanted to just kind of leave you with a self-action plan for your spiritual self-action care plan. And I want you to think about it and you decide what it is in your life, spiritually, mentally, or physically, that you need a plan of action for. And always have a goal in mind. Never, even if you're very successful or if you feel like you're doing very well, just don't get comfortable and just put yourself down and say, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm good. You hear that word a lot. I'm okay. I don't need any help. Set a goal to help somebody else. Set a goal to do something for somebody else if you can help somebody else. And so I just wanted to leave that with you on complacency and just making sure that we're balancing our lives and we're not getting so comfortable that we are not useful for anybody else. And so if anybody have any questions, my contact information is in the chat. And also I put in there where you can go on, you can have a download a free book called Step Up, Step Out, and Reclaim. And I am the author of Step Up, Step Out, and Reclaim, as well as a book called Rise Above, a co-author's program. And I want you to leave here today knowing that your health is truly your greatest wealth. Spiritually, don't put your spiritual self-care on the back burner. Listen to your body. Focus on yourself. Focus on your energy. Seek better choices. And with all the information that we've received today, oh man, you cannot miss. There's so much good information that was shared with us. And I want you to leave here today just feeling good about yourself and just knowing that life is choice driven and you live and die by the choices that you make in your life. And you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Okay.
Thank you so much, Charlene, for that. Ladies, prepare yourself. I want to take a picture. So get your best smile on, raise your head up out of your telephones, and let's do this picture, please. So I'm going to count backwards to three, well, to one, from 3 to 1, and then I'm going to take this picture. So we're going 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So anybody else? I'm missing Carmen Carmen's not there and Valerie's not there. I know Wanda's photo is not there because Wanda's at work, so she couldn't show herself. So one more smile, ladies. 1, 2, 3. Got it, got it, got it, got it. So I'm going to ask you guys a question because our next step before we end this event is going into networking. So we all know each other basically who are on the platform. So we're just going to do a quick networking event. I'm going to ask, and that's basically, let's call it a check-in versus a networking, because we all know each other. We know how to connect with each other. We know what everybody is basically doing. So we're going to do a check-in to see how everybody is doing, what you're up to for the next coming end of the year, and if we can be of some sort of support for you. So I'm not sure. I'm going to let Stacy tell us how many are going to be in a room and actually how much time we have. Stacy?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dorothy. So we have about 12 minutes and small rooms this time round. So we have somewhere between 4 and 5 people in a room. So you get a few minutes each and to do that check-in and keep it intimate. Just like Dorothy's membership is going to be, right? What an experience. Can you imagine doing something like this every month? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to give you a breakout and 3, 2, 1. For the folks who are on the please accept your breakout. Dorothy, I'm keeping you out for just a minute so we can touch base.
Mm-hmm.
Going to
Woo!
Hey guys, how was that? You know, there's never enough time.
Great.
Yeah. Dorothy had to step away for a minute, so we're going to take just a few minutes for some quick shares about the event, something that struck you, something you want to just share with the group. Who wants to go first? Jill.
Hi, guys and gals. It's been a wonderful day, and I really was touched, Jackie Simmons, with your talk. Everyone, I loved yours, but Jackie, thank you very much for what you shared. Dorothea told me it was okay to mention to you guys that we are, Hillary and myself and Lotus Richer and 20 others are going to be doing a Hope, Health, and Healing Conference in Branson, Missouri. My website is braveheartworkshops.com. And it is to bring hope, health, and healing around the world. It's August 20th to 22nd. And what's really cool, Jackie, because of what you shared, one of our keynote speakers is Emma Bong Smart, and she just wrote a song, a book, and she created a motion picture this last week called Stay. And it's all about being aware of people who may be suicidal and loving them and asking them to stay instead of dying. And so she's going to be one of our keynotes.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. It was inspirational. Who else? Let's have a few more shares.
I'd like to share.
Please.
Oh, okay, great. I'd like to thank everybody, all the speakers and all the women. I took a lot of things away from today, and one of the things that sticks out in my mind and heart is the transparency that took place. I appreciate the vulnerability and the transparency, and I think that's one factor that maybe most of us need continual awareness of and work on, because it's only in transparency perhaps that you can heal, provide healing for someone else.
Christina, that is so true. And, you know, sharing at that deep level really brings us all together in community as well. And I think that is a real tribute to Pastor Dorothy and the people that she pulls together and this kind of an event. And I really encourage you guys to think about her membership, and the information is in the sales page. Who else would like to share?
I just want to do a quick reminder to everybody that you can click on the chat and save all those contacts, all that precious information, those files, all those things have been shared. Because once we get out of here, those things go away.
Thanks, Pat. And hey, what's a takeaway that you had?
A takeaway. Well, I love how we all connect, how we're all different, and yet everybody's like hungry, Stacey, hungry for connection, for spiritual, spirit. At the end, whatever your product or your service is, but in the back of that, we're all very, very similar. I love that. I love how everybody's hungry for connection and not that, like not superficial, but deep connection. And
thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Patricia Rogers, can I ask you to do a quick share?
Know that the chat has been disabled.
Oh, I don't know why that is. But meanwhile, I'll take a look at that. If Patricia Rogers could share, and we'll figure out the chat. Thank you. I'm sorry to call on you, but I want to hear from you.
To be here today, despite what's going on around me, I give God the honor. I give him the praise, because when challenges come in my life, I know I cannot quit. I know I still have to show up for others, just as I would love for them to show up for me. And just so you'll know, Stacey, I have already did a commercial for Dorothy in the form of a video that will hopefully see on her website, on her membership site, website. So yes, I have paid my dues, but I'm so grateful to meet all of you today who I've never met before. God bless you all. And thank you again for coming today to Porch Talk Live Worldwide.
Thank you so much. Everyone, it's been such an amazing event. Why don't we just unmic? And it looks like the chat is working now. Not quite sure what happened, but heck, it's technology. If anyone else is desirous of sharing, Carol, you asked about this chat. Anything else on your heart or mind before we close?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all the other speakers. It was very inspiring and genuine, and I really enjoyed getting to know everybody. And thank you again, Dorothy, for putting this on and allowing us the opportunity to be with everybody.
Thank you so much. And what a great time to be together. We've had so many different emotions. We've had joy and intense sharing and issues of self-care, putting a period on it, living in the shoulds. There's just a lot of takeaway, and we've had fun. We laughed and played and got to speak to each other. That's what it's like on the porch, right? So please join us on the Porch Talk every Friday from 12 Central to 1. Please come to other events that Pastor Dorothy May Ross is hosting and join her membership. I invite you again to take a look at that link that she had in the chat. Leave your information, and thank you all for a lovely event. Why don't you unmic and let's all say a goodbye in community.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Have a blessed day, ladies.
Goodbye.
Have a lovely day.
Bye.
Until next
Great
time.
weekend. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Great seeing everyone. Goodbye.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.